Because it's just enough of a 2-note just repeating back and forth that it just sounds like that alarm. But outside, it sounds more like
cicadas. But in here, it's just like an oscillating.
It's awful.
It's not pleasant.
It's worse in the house somehow.
Because it's distant. Like outside, your brain is like, oh yes, I'm processing where the sound is coming from.
Yeah.
I know what is happening.
Yeah.
Inside, you're like, I'm inside my home. And there is a faint buzzing sound.
Right, like I'm literally trying to do yoga. And it's like breathe in and breathe out and just focus on the sound of your breathing. And it's like, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. It's like, oh, okay, I can't.
I actually can't. So.
Just like the fake smile of like dead inside eyes. Like, great. This is great. I hope they'll die soon.
I mean, they wake up, they scream.
Mm-hmm.
They make babies and they die.
I know. So I'm hoping, does that mean that all the ones then that are screaming right now will be dead by this evening?
I hope.
Me too.
But it's also been doing this for a week.
Yeah, a little over a week now.
Damn.
Oh crap, are we still recording?
Are we still recording?
Oops. Hi, we are still recording.
Hi guys. Are you guys also having cicada problems where you're at? Because it is... I have never seen so many cicadas, like just flying in front of me.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like, well, no, Egypt's locusts.
Yeah, I mean, it feels the same.
Feels the same. But
do I know exactly what a locust is? No.
What's the difference? Hey, chat, what's the difference between a locust and a cicada? Please tell us in the comments anyway.
Because right now they feel the same.
Yeah, it's a blight either way.
True. Hi, guys.
Hello, I'm Lyndsey.
I'm Jordyn.
And this is Are We Still Recording? A podcast about a podcast. And we are doing a side quest today.
We do have another side quest for you.
Because we are in between campaigns. We're kind of hanging out in this weird gray area. So we're just like, I'm over here just looking for scraps.
Yeah.
Give me scraps.
Fair.
Give me D&D scraps. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
So we're going to do another character random roll table today, which are my favorite. We have a lot of driving to do later, so we're going to roll now and then process and think about it and then record when we come up with what we think.
Yeah.
So
we're going
to join us, guys.
For a second. Yeah, let's I'm actually going to be rolling today, so I'm super excited about that. I'll let you keep track of the thing.
Sure.
I'm not trying to do both at the same time.
Sure. Let me grab paper. Okay, so first thing we're starting with is age. So you're going to roll a d6.
A d6 for age. All right, give me something good. Old.
Old again. Another greater than 80.
Do we want to do that one? Do we want to roll that one? Because we're doing a lot of old characters.
A lot. We've only done 2. And we've only done 1. We've only done 2 random characters.
That's true.
I'm cool with letting see where it lies, and then we can go from there. And if we want to re-roll it, we can re-roll it.
All right.
Great. Now you're going to do rolling for a species. You're going to roll a d6.
Okay.
Another 6. So you're going to roll on the rare table. So I need you to roll a d12.
All right. 1 d12. Come here. 7.
7 is a goblin.
Oh, okay. I'm here for it.
Do goblins live to be older than 80? Probably. Probably. That's always the hard part. It's just like, it's an old goblin. Let's see how...
What is an old goblin?
Goblin.
Goblin.
Now, I know that we say that we do the 2024 rules, but obviously we're doing other species and stuff like that. So, like, not entirely, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
These dice are so pretty.
It says they live up to 60.
Oh, wow.
So they old.
Mm-hmm.
So like 50 to 60 would be old for a goblin.
Cool.
But yeah, pretty much everything says 60 years.
Okay.
So basically, goblin greater than 6 or greater than 50. Okay. So now you're going to roll a d20 for your class, but a 15 to 20 is a reroll.
Okie dokie. 13.
13, a warlock.
Okay.
I want to keep it now.
Here for it.
Okay, so for warlock, you're going to roll a d8. to tell what your subclass is.
Oh, keep down. Come here.
Boop. Fathomless.
Oh, okay. An eldritch horror goblin.
Well, not the goblin. That's just your class. Your patron.
Mm-hmm.
So is that Cthulhu?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Cthulhu-esque.
Warlock. What is it called?
The Fathomless.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cthulhu-esque.
Gabulu.
You have plunged into a pact with the deeps, an entity of the ocean. The elemental plane of water or another otherworldly sea now allows you to draw on this thalassic power.
Thalassic, yes.
Okay. It's merely using you to learn about terrestrial realms, or does it want you to open the cosmic floodgates and drown the world? Perhaps you're born into a generational cult that venerates the fathomless and its spawn, or you might have been shipwrecked and on the brink of drowning when your patron's grasp offered you the chance at life. Whatever the reason for your pact, the sea in its unknown depths call to you. Entities of the deep that might empower a warlock include krakens, ancient water elementals, godlike hallucinations dreamed into being by Kuatoa, and merfolk demigods and sea hag covens. So it's like a water. The first thing they get, I mean, this is 2014, but the first thing at first level, it's called Tentacle of the Deep. At first level, you can magically summon a spectral tentacle that strikes at your foes. As a bonus action, create a 10-foot long tentacle at a point you can see within 60 feet of you. The tentacle lasts for 1 minute until you feature. Okay, this plays almost too well, and then you also get a swimming speed. It almost plays too well into the goblin thing and WoW we were just talking about. But
yeah,
because it's like one of the things that you just did was you're like with fighting against the Naga. So okay. So now you're going to do alignment.
Alrighty.
It's a D10, and you're going to re-roll on a 10.
Okie dokie. Come here. Please come here. Okay. Yeah.
Re-roll on a 10.
Yeah. 7.
Chaotic good.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now you're going to do background. D20.
D20.
Re-roll on a 17 to a 20.
Got it. 9.
Hermit.
I'm the picture is so clear. The picture but it's only one picture. I don't know anything else outside of the vignette my brain has painted for me.
Let me see on. Okay, so hermit, you spend your early years secluded in a hut or monastery located well beyond the outskirts of the nearest settlement. In those days, your only companions were the creatures of the forest and those who would occasionally visit to bring news of the outside world and supplies. The solitude allows you to spend many hours pondering the mysteries of creation. Yeah, it freaking did. Yeah, it did. Okay, and so they get to add to con, wisdom, or charisma. Okay. Now our motivations.
Yes.
So you're going to roll a D20, or a motivation, a D20.
Okie dokie. Oh, shoot. I forgot my archetype deck. Because I forgot we were going to do this today. It's okay. 13.
Atonement.
Oh, what have you done?
What have you done? I think we know exactly what they've done. But what did you do?
What did you do, though?
Okay, flaws. You're going to roll a D20 twice.
Alrighty. So flaw number 1. It's a 9.
Lazy.
Okay.
Flaw number 2.
6.
A liar. Yeah, they freaking are.
Oh, okay.
And then next is going to be ideals, and you're also going to roll a D20 twice.
First ideal is a 19.
19. Peace.
Okay.
I can see this though. Yeah. Lazy, peace, like there's some.
I just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
Another 6.
Another 6. Logic. That almost doesn't fit, but we'll come back to that. Okay.
No,
you got it?
I have the picture.
Okay. Now we're doing archetype. We can always look it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Archetype. D20.
15.
The Bardo.
No clue.
Okay. We'll come back to that too. Vibe check, D4.
Vibe check. D4 vibe check.
Cloudy.
Oh.
And then lastly, color scheme.
Color scheme.
It's a D12, roll it twice.
Okie dokie. Yeah. 8.
Brown. Okay.
9.
Brown and gold.
Okay. Okay.
I can make that work.
Yeah.
I can make that work. Okay. So we have a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Older than 50. It says, or we rolled older than 80, but goblins only live to 60. So we're doing 50 to 60. So an old goblin. Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Patron of the Fathomless. Or whatever. They have a Fathomless patron, whatever that. I don't remember the phrasing for warlocks subclasses. They're chaotic good. I know. You got to see the pondering face that we have right now because we've given ourselves a doozy.
I'm just staring into the middle distance.
I have a picture in my mind. Okay, let me finish. Sorry.
Yes.
Warlock, Fathomless patron, chaotic good, hermit. Motivation is atonement.
Mm-hmm.
Their flaws is they're lazy and they're a liar. Their ideals are peace and logic. Archetype is the Bardo, which let me look into that.
Yes.
Vibe is cloudy and the color scheme is brown and gold. The Bardo is a space of resolution, somewhere spiritual, not of earth. This can give space for forgiveness, connection. It's an in-between, exploration of spiritual matters, connecting with spirit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm also pulling up like another explanation. It's like oh God, where'd it go?
Archetype. Come on, self.
The portal between the what and the all-seeing eye. Go away. So the liminal, the in-between, and the transition. So it is a portal between an all-seeing eye. Neither here nor there. Okay, liminal spaces.
What does that mean?
So like in between spaces.
Okay.
Like this like when you're twilight sleeping. So the space between sleep and wakefulness, or the spaces in between those places. Okay.
The Bardo in Tibetan Buddhism refers to a transitional state between death and rebirth, a time of potential for both liberation and suffering depending on one's state of mind. I feel like this fits so well. Mm-hmm. How did it fit so well with our hermit that is atoning for something? Mm-hmm. Their flaws are lazy and a liar, but their ideals are peace and logic, and they're stuck in this in-between space, and they're feeling all of this, and who reaches out to them but a fathomless?
Okay, so can I give you the vignette I'm getting?
Please do.
Okay.
And then we'll sit and stew on it, but like I feel like this one was like, hi, handed to you.
Mm-hmm. So the picture that I'm getting is you have a marine biologist.
Okay.
Studies the ocean.
Okay.
And like that is her or his thing. Mm-hmm. And they have like some kind of submarine.
Okay.
And they are down along the bottom of the ocean, and they're either running from something, or they have done something, or they're studying something. And like they're coming to the edge of this like drop off, and they're down there alone, and this thing just stands up out of the drop off. And you have this little underwater craft and this thing hovering over it. And this goblin just looks up and sees like this figure outlined, like kind of cloudy against the backdrop of the ocean. And it's just like standing there, or hovering there as a kraken or something like that. Like I want it to be very large.
I love this.
Okay.
We're going to pause here, guys. We're going to think about this, but like,
okay. Good start.
I love this. Okay. Resume.
Oh, and we're back.
Resuming.
So we said we were going to go and like think about it. We said we were, yeah.
You're green.
I'm pretty sure I'm green.
Green.
Okay, we're good.
Let me just, Okay, let's try that. We're going to try that and see how that works. We're driving, guys.
We're back in the car.
And we're trying really hard to make sure there's less of the like sound where the microphone is rubbing on our shirts and things. So we're trying really hard to like find a good way to position them. So, you know, as usual, bear with us.
We're figuring it out. We're all in this together. Okay. I think that's good.
I think it's good.
Okay, we're good.
We'll pay attention to it every now and then and try to readjust and make sure it's not doing something silly, and we'll check to make sure it's still recording. The huge.
So, we said we were going to take a break and back up and think about it and kind of stew with the idea, but it's all kind of come together pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a lot to stew on, and, like, I feel like this is going to be really fun one to play. I'm sorry, I'm fiddling with a thing.
Put it away. It's background noise I can't take out. Put it away.
It was Trixie.
Oh my god, yeah, you're just Trixie bouncing the toy around. And I'm like, listen, I can't cut that out, okay? I can't, there's no way for me to separate on these cheap mics, to separate out dog playing in background as background noise.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't do it. And like, it does its best to be like, I'm going to remove background noise. And it's like, no, you really don't, because there's no button on there to be like, remove dog from bouncing toy, remove Lyndsey from fidgeting with metal clips, and like clicking the pen like I was doing when I was like writing. I was like, click, 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 click. I'm sure you heard it.
Yeah.
We're both fidgeters, so we have to call each other out on it.
It was like one of those like squishy, like collapsible water balls. And
yeah.
I was just like, good for squishing.
It was.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We have to acknowledge the elephant in the room, which is we fidget and we're trying to make the audio better. And so that's just not helping. So here we are.
Real difficult. Anyway, so we have a chaotic good goblin who has a pact with a fathomless being.
Pact is the word I couldn't think of.
Yes.
Pact. No.
Pact magic. I think that you were thinking...
Yeah, but what is the subclass called?
The, like, Pact of the Fathomless?
I guess it's just, like, celestial patron and, like...
Yeah.
I guess it literally just called, like, the Great Old One. Like, it's just the Fathomless.
It's the Fathomless.
So they don't really have, like...
It's not like the way of the open hand,
right,
or the circle of the moon.
Right, which
it's
is
just celestial.
Yep, exactly, which is exactly... Fun fact, or question... And a fun fact. So we rolled greater than 80 for the age of this goblin, but goblins typically only live to 60. What if it's still older than 80?
I had the same thought. I had the same thought.
Maybe it doesn't look that old. Like, it looks older.
Yeah.
Maybe it stopped aging when it made its deal.
Stopped aging when it made its deal. Yes. Still alive, though. And just like... Yes. I don't know how to word the thought that I am having.
It's okay.
It's more of a feeling than it is like a sentence, you know?
We're here to work through things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to go back to your starting point, which was like basically the submarine, like the submersible vehicle that this goblin was in. I love that. I absolutely love that. So we know that goblins typically live in groups. Like they're social beings. A hermit goblin is strange.
It is.
I mean, I guess a hermit person in the same context is strange.
Humans are kind of pack animals.
They are. We definitely are. We're social creatures. I mean, if we weren't, we wouldn't have societies. Anyway, but the same concept, at least a little bit. So do we think... Let me just back up. Talking about your thought about like the submersible and like why do they do this?
So my original thought was like, you know, as a young child goblin, being like, maybe they like live near the sea. Maybe their pack lived near the ocean.
I love that.
As a child, was always fascinated with the ocean. Was like super into like playing with seashells and like playing along the shore. But then like maybe early in this goblin's life started like hearing whispers. But since they have always valued logic more than other goblins, maybe they're like, no, there's no way that's possible.
Sure.
That's not a thing. Or maybe goblin logic is different.
Maybe goblin logic is different. Maybe they didn't really develop the want for logic until later.
True.
But anyway, I love it. I like the idea of them hearing whispers.
Like, it starts early.
And, like, maybe this, like, group of goblins, what if they live on, like, what if they either live near the shore and then, like, travel to nearby, like, islands? Like, whether it's, like, a northern, like, tribe and they're, I don't even know if goblin, whatever.
Maybe it's like a goblin archipelago.
That's what I was thinking. Like, what if they've lived amongst groups of, like, islands and that's kind of where I imagine they're kind of nomadic. They probably, like, settle down for a little bit, but then, like, leave. So maybe, like, one of their, like, their summer settlement is up north. And it's, on an archipelago. And one of the times when they're, like, every time they're out to sea, like, on the boat traveling from island to island, they hear whispers.
Yeah.
And what if, when they were growing up, people called them a liar?
Yeah. Like, as a very small child and being like, no, Mama, I know I heard this.
Right.
And, like, goblins can be kind of rude.
And cruel.
Can be a little cruel. It's like, you're a liar. Like.
And I imagine, like, being a little goblin child, hearing whispers on the sea would probably make you pretty afraid of the sea. At least for some time. And, like, probably they didn't want to go out, like, on the boat after, like, certain times. And that's probably where they got the title of, like, lazy as well. And, like, so they've just kind of, like, when you're told that something is true for your entire life, whether it's about yourself or, like, your group of people or whatever, you just start to believe it's true. What if they just kind of started to embody being a lazy liar because they were told the entire time? And, like,
I love it. No, don't get me like that. That's one of those things that, like, it knifes real good and deep.
But, like, our motivation's atonement. What if, I don't know, for some reason, for some time, what if the goblin tribe moved away from the sea so they didn't hear the whispers anymore?
The whole tribe heard the whispers?
No.
Oh.
They just happened to move away from the sea, and so our little goblin child, didn't hear the whispers anymore because they were no longer by the sea. So what if, like, they just started to believe maybe they were, like, making things up or whatever, and, like, who knows how long that lasted for.
Yeah. And then, like, oh, well, if I made that up and I convinced myself it was real, I must be a pretty good liar then.
So then, like, okay, so what's next? What's your thought process for next?
I definitely see, like, my first thought was bookworm. And that's like, no, I don't want to go out on the boat. I don't want to go out on the sea. Like, because it's scary out there. And the only thing I can do here is, like, look, everybody else is gone, so I can read. Because but I don't.
Sorry if this messes up the audio.
It's okay. But that doesn't quite hit the way I want it to,
So what if, let's say they went away for, like, a few years or something. I mean, this goblin's over 80, so we got a whole lifetime to play with here. What if the next time that they went back to the sea, they heard the whispers again? Louder, more urgent, and this, like, pull. And so who knows what they did. I mean, if they're a lazy liar in their tribe, they probably were nothing but, like, a con artist. They probably didn't have a job. They probably didn't, like, hold down a business. They weren't respectable.
That's true. So maybe it's,
and we're a warlock, so we're charismatic, so we're probably a liar and deceiving.
And maybe a little bit, no. Would the submersible be something that they were like, I'm tired of being called this, so I'm just going to prove it. I'm going to go down there myself.
I think that would be a later thing, but yes. Yeah. I think that, like, maybe they were, like, because they never got a job, they were just kind of, like, doing things around for other people, and that was kind of how they, like, made their way. They probably stole things while they were, like, fixing up stuff and tinkering with things, and probably stole from other people while they were doing these, like, odd end jobs because they were lazy, they were a liar, like, whatever.
Yeah.
So they probably got pretty good at, like, tinkering with things. But once they went back to the sea, let's say they, like, heard that whisper again, stronger, and a pull, and they're like, no, something's there. Like, I'm not I wasn't a liar. And like, maybe this is like the moment where they're like feeling like they're like, my whole life has been a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my tribe lied to me. Like, I was told I was a liar. I was told I was lazy because I was scared of the sea. And I'm not that little kid anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not scared anymore. I'm going to go find the truth, and I'm going to see what's actually out there.
And what if in response to that, something like pieces of a submersible start to wash up on shore?
Oh, okay.
So like something is like giving them breadcrumbs.
Ooh, I like that.
Just like, come find me. I'm here. Come find me.
Yeah.
Here's these things.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So then, like, years go by, and they're, like, sailing out there looking for the source of the whispers. They think they finally have it, but they're not able to dive down deep enough to get it. Mm-hmm. So they start, like, they're building this submersible. They're gonna find it. And then they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do. So then they become this hermit, because over years, without their tribe being told that they're a liar, they're out to prove something now.
Mm-hmm.
They're atoning for their life of being lazy and a liar when they knew that that was wrong the whole time. So they're atoning for that now. They get out there, probably by themselves, because they didn't have a team of people to come with them. They were alone. And they get to the bottom of the ocean. They get out to this
like
giant
this ledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And up comes this shape, the shadow.
Yeah. Like, and I almost want it to be formless. Like, I don't want to give it a shape.
Sure.
Because, like, one of the options was, like, an ancient water elemental.
Sure.
So I want it to be almost like the way, you know how when two different kinds of water meet, it's like two different colors of water.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to look like that.
Sure.
Like, coming up out of this, but, like, it's solid, but it's this solid pillar of, like, different colored, cloudy
Sure,
water.
Absolutely. And obviously, like, if you listeners wanted to take this and make it, like, whatever, enter your, like, patron here.
Enter patron here.
Enter patron here.
Yes.
But I love that. That's so unique. Like, this, like, cloudy... Keep going, I interrupted you.
No, absolutely. Like, I like playing, and, like, it's very cool. And, like, the bottom of the ocean, like, I wrote a short story about something very similar to this many moons ago.
Okay.
Many moons ago. The only horror short story I've ever written. But, like, that was a very small thing standing up at the bottom of the ocean. And this is a very large thing standing up at the bottom of the ocean. And it's just kind of cloudy. And, like, do we want it to have eyes? Or do we not want it to have eyes?
I think that depends on whoever wants their patron to do whatever. Go back to this little thing standing on the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, okay. So the premise of this horror short story is, like, it is someone who is mapping the bottom of Marianas Trench in a submersible that is remotely manned. And so they don't have a steering wheel.
Okay.
They're just down there to take notes and study through the viewfinder.
Okay.
Because, like, it's so hard to navigate down there. They're like, we mapped the route, we've got it on lock. And so it just has a single beam, one headlight, and the little submersible is skittering along the bottom of the ocean at the deepest point in the ocean, and the headlight catches something, and this thing stands up and looks at you, and it's this black humanoid.
Heck yeah.
That just looks directly at you and then disappears.
So
but anyway.
No. Was there more to that? I mean,
it just, like, it disappears, and in the short story, basically, like, it doesn't disappear, it just moves so quickly. It's got, like, rows and rows of teeth. It's basically like an anglerfish with the body of a man.
Cool.
Yeah.
So one of the other options for the patrons was, like, a coven of sea hags. So what if they get down there, and, like, it's silent, and then suddenly there's a humanoid shape standing up.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, scattered around, there's just, like, humanoid shapes, like, standing up. And the whispering gets so loud. And, like, when it, I don't know if it's, like, I don't know how to tell that story exactly. It's, like, one pops up, and you hear the whisper.
It's the first note in the song.
and then another one pops up, and it's another whisper, and they're just surrounding, and like more and more pop up, and the whispering just gets so loud, and you close your eyes, and then the whispering finally stops, and you open your eyes, and it's right in front of you, and it's just one, and it's just right in front of you, and then what if it like reaches out and touches your forehead, and like that's it, granting you power?
Like I can hear the horror movie sting when they, like, it's very much like, and I feel like the sea hags would look like, you know, like whale falls. So like when a whale dies and sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh.
And it's just like their bones and what's left of their skin, and it's all kind of flowing in this bottom, like it looks like bits of a whale fall everywhere, but it's like the sea hags laying on the floor of the ocean. God,
that's creepy. Yes.
Yep.
Like, but I can see the horror scene in my mind of any version of this. Like, if you want like the sea hags, like that, and like you close your eyes and you press your hands over your ears trying to make it stop, and when it finally stops, you like, maybe like even better is like you open your eyes, there's nothing there, everything's gone, you turn around, it's right behind you, and it touches your forehead, and you pass out, and you wake up on the shore, and like, congratulations, a coven of sea hags is your patron now.
A whole coven, and they will be bickering over you.
Oh my god. And depending on which hag you like is like focused on you at that moment, will give you like a different power. That's so cool.
Eldritch Blast looks a little bit different for every one of them.
I love that.
Multi-patrons.
I love that.
Wow, your mom lets you have 2 patrons? That's crazy.
So that would be, but I mean, like, any of those, pick your version that you want for your character. But like, that's so cool.
All good things.
That's so cool.
Like the moment that like, and I originally, like, the sea hags is definitely like a scarier one. I don't know enough about hags to really like speak on it. But like with this large being, I almost want it to be like a dying old god.
Okay.
That's been reaching out, and like maybe the entirety of the goblin pack were liars because they were all hearing it. But they all turned on this kid because they're like, no, I don't hear it, neither do you.
Yeah, we
like,
don't talk about it.
We don't fucking talk about that. Like, no, I don't hear that. Obviously not. And so, like, they're doing, like, this dying old god is, like, calling out to anyone that will listen.
Yeah. And
it's this little goblin. Little gobbo. I am in love with this character.
Every time we get something, and I was like, I don't know that I can, like, I love, oh my god, what's our first guy's name?
Oh, Roland Steele.
Love Roland. I didn't think we could ever beat Cindy DePrima.
No. She's
perfect, and I love her.
Cindy DePrima did not need us to bring her into being. She just kind of, boop.
She was always there. We just revealed where she was hiding in the shadows.
Such as fake magic.
Exactly. Okay. I love that. So then this character, I don't know, at this point probably like mid to late 20s. And now, well, why don't we say they age slower?
Yeah.
Because like stopping and aging, I mean, maybe they do. I mean, I guess they could just stop at aging.
It's so slow it looks like it stopped.
Yeah. So like, and now has this patron, now understands that they weren't a liar, and they're trying to atone for that. And so how do we do peace and logic in this? Now that they've seen the truth?
The truth of the many truths.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry guys.
Do they not realize that it's a coven of sea hags? Or a big, like, whatever it is, whatever the truth is that they've seen. Do they feel calmer now?
I think that they feel more at peace with it. At the very least, seeing it, knowing what it is. Is the needing truth and logic then going back to their tribe of goblins and being like, y'all are fucking up. Y'all all heard this. And you all lied.
Or do they is this their religion now? Even though they're a warlock?
I mean, that would make sense. What if it's like
they think it's a god? I mean, or it is a god.
Or it is a god. It's a dying old god. Or they think that it is. I mean, cults exist.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a god for something to worship it.
Nope.
So,
sure doesn't.
Like sea hags. With a dying old god, what if it's like it asks, like, hey, I will give you a portion of my life force if you'll give me some, if we can just feed each other. Mm-hmm. Sorry to like circle back on it. It's like so that I can live longer and you'll also live longer. Mm-hmm. And by coming together, we are just feeding off of each other now. Mm-hmm. And then it becomes this like almost inextricable, like,
if this character wasn't chaotic good, if they were any version of evil, mm-hmm. I would have like the perfect, like, you give me power and I'll bring you sacrifice, and you give me power and I bring you, it's just one of those classic, like,
yeah, it just, sure thing.
Like, we have to keep this creature happy, and as long as we keep this creature happy, it, like, tends to our crops, and it mm-hmm. does the, I mean, that's not what we're going for here, but, like, that's the vibe, like, but they're good, so they wouldn't do something like that.
And, like, the Fathomless also does not have to be evil.
No, of course not, but I'm wondering if, like, oh, that's a fair point. So then what, how do we work the peace part into it? Because, I mean, like, the Bardo makes sense, especially mm-hmm. now that they're aging slowly. They're kind of in that in-between now where they're alive and they can't really die, but they can kind of just, like, see everything a little bit more clearly.
Mm-hmm. And, like, they're also, like, since they're older than 80, like, they are in that in-between. Like, they're mm-hmm. in unknown liminal territory. It's like, goblins have never lived this. This is crazy.
So maybe they start, like, how are they doing good in the world and trying to spread this peace? That's the part that I'm struggling with. Are they, like, spreading it as, like, calm, like, sort of cult or religion to, like, help people remain calm, but it ends up, like, I mean, I don't think it has a bad ending to it. I'm just trying to figure out how to work that out.
Chaotic good. They kidnap all of the children from the tribe.
Okay.
And raise them differently.
Okay. Okay.
To not be liars. Like, this is my seaside community of kidnapped children. Or maybe...
doesn't have to kidnap them. Just goes back and is like, have you heard about Cthulhu?
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Cthulhu?
It's not Cthulhu, but still.
It's kind of, kind of. But what if it, it is something to the line, along the lines of like,
there's peace and truth.
What if it gets louder for all of the other goblins? And it gets more grating. Mm. And like, that, since that old god is like, you came to me.
Yeah.
You came to help me when I called for you. And now I will help you in the way that I can.
Yeah, maybe the tribe was suffering for something. Besides, like, either the, like, hearing the whispers and, like, once they, like, see the truth of the old god or see the truth of, again, whatever patron.
Yeah, the sea hags, like, they know, like, of the sea hags.
What if the goblin tribe was cursed? Like, long ago.
Okay.
Like, long ago. Like, say, like, one of their previous leaders did something to this patron, and that, like, whisper is, like, the curse. And, like, in order, they have to atone for what the goblin, like, what the previous goblin leader did.
To get cursed.
Right. And so now they have to atone for that to remove the curse. And so this is how they are removing the curse.
They wounded a sea hag or the old god and caused it to be dying.
Correct.
In one way or another.
That tie-in works for me. Mm-hmm. Cloudy makes sense, although no longer. And then, I mean, the brown and gold color scheme, I honestly just thought of, like, rust on the submersible.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be shiny and isn't, and, like...
It's just, it's a little rusty now, and that's okay. And maybe, like, brown leathers, like, not like a diving suit, but, like, leathers underneath, like, a white canvas cloak. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, like, a half cloak. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I found my Campaign 5 character.
I love that.
What's up, guys?
We're a pirate campaign character.
Uh-huh.
Anyone doesn't have a pirate campaign character?
This little Gobbo is lovely.
Listen.
Let me tell you about this Gobbo.
Let me tell you about our Lord and Savior, some sort of water elemental and
some sort of old, yep. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. Beautiful.
I love that.
Beautiful. I love deep sea horror. Have you ever heard of, oh my god, I don't remember the name of it, but it's talking about, like, a religion about the singing of whales.
Okay.
And, like, how, like, some people, it's like, do you ever think, like whales live for so long, they're so large, and they are able to think thoughts that we cannot think because they are so large and long-lived. And they were ordering the universe in ways that we could not see. But God is now dead, and his blubber lit a lamp in London. Like,
what?
It's the coolest shit I've ever read, and it freaks me out.
Interesting.
It's one of my favorite vibes. I really liked Dishonored when I played through it. Like, there's something about whales being gods.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry about my eye sounds.
What are we gonna name this goblin?
Carpathia.
Okay. What is
Carpathian?
Like a carpus?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Water gobbo name.
Water gobbo.
Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
About our little friend.
Our beautiful little friend.
I love them though.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's super cool. It's kind of like its own like story arc. I don't know what this character would then go do afterwards with their patron, but like
that would be a 6-page backstory.
For sure. For sure.
Hey, we haven't missed any turns.
No, I got it.
You did it!
I got it, guys.
Wow, I didn't even notice.
No, we're doing great.
Excellent work.
All right, team. I think that's all we have for now.
It feels good. I feel good about it. Like, ooh, that one was good. I love that so much. That one was fantastic. Whew.
Goblin names. They're all like in the WoW goblins.
They're all Crank Whizzlepop.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was gonna say too. Was in like one of the WoW things, I said that they go to like a Naga camp and are like try and like get the Naga stuff back, but like there's like mysterious tentacles that just like pop up in the water.
Oh no!
And they like you can fight them, but like I don't know what summons them, but they just pop up randomly, and I just keep thinking about like this character and like this mysterious like little water. Like they were down at the Naga camp, and that's when they found the Coven of Naga. I like our story better, but anyway.
I mean, like, Naga are, like, do you know, like, what Naga are or how they happened?
No.
You should look into that. It's fucking, I have to put, like, all of my strength into putting a cap on my fire hose of World of Warcraft lore, because now it's like, there's so much. The Naga were not always Naga.
Okay.
They have not always been this way.
Okay. What are they?
Huh?
What were they?
Night elves.
Really?
High elves. But then a thing happened. I will show you the cutscene.
Okay.
It's not a cutscene per se, but it is a... Oh shit, are we still recording?
Oh god, are we still recording?
Sorry, guys.
Sorry guys, next time.
Bye!
Oh wait! I didn't plug anything. Hey guys, please be sure to like and comment on these videos so that we know that you're listening and you like these. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when we upload a new video. But yeah, guys, keep watching. I don't know exactly when this is going to get posted in relation to our finale stuff. But please be sure to stay tuned, because we're also going to do a C1 to C3 wrap up. So that is going to be exciting. So please stay tuned, guys. And then before you know it, we're going to move on to new campaign stuff.
It's almost new time. Then maybe what we'll do is like a, like in a beginning of the campaign character interview.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Okay, I mean, I think we're going to talk about our characters. I mean, I don't know. I mean, sometimes Ben likes to keep things secret. But I think we'll talk about our characters, at least during, like, the summary thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, guys, I'm sorry, but we will, stay tuned, guys. There's plenty more to come.
Yep, we're going to be doing this forever. So hang out. Keep hanging out.
All right, bye.
Bye.